Hey folks, Coolikin here, and welcome to Let's Try The Last Federation. This is the newest game just put out by Arcan Games, who are known for a variety of different products. In my mind, The Last Federation reminds me the most of AI War, which is another great sort of space 4X-y kind of game. But other than that, there's very little to do in common with one another. One of the biggest things that I do see as a resemblance between two is the idea that the two different sides, who you play as and who your enemies are not in any way symmetrical. They have completely different mechanics, completely different power levels, and operate by a completely different set of rules, which I always thought was really interesting with AI War. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the advanced start over here, where we can fiddle with a few things. I will recommend, if it is your first time, definitely go with the quick start, because it will set you up with a sort of tutorial. We're going to skip those tutorials and leave these settings where they are. Now, there's a bit of a story. We are the last of the Hydras over here, and, you know, our kinds were dictators of the entire solar system, so everyone sort of ganged up against us to kill them. But we are on a particularly sneaky mission to try to form a federation, a lasting federation between all the ships, or all the species of the solar system. And unfortunately, we can't please everyone. We certainly aren't going to be able to please the Acutians, who are the race that we sort of crash landed on and sort of kind of stole one of their ships and upgraded with their own technology. Now, there's two main sort of maps to this game. There's a strategic map and a tactical combat map. We're starting off in the tactical combat map, which is a turn-based meets real-time kind of combat system. You plot out all your moves on a turn-by-turn basis, but they're all resolved in a semi-real time that gets paused as you make decisions. So here is our ship over here, and, you know, the graphics are simple and plain, but the game is relatively compelling. So we've got two enemy types over here. We've got a Model X flagship and a Velociter type flagship. This guy's going to be a pain in the butt, as the people on the live stream just saw. Very, very fast, very hard to catch. Other than that, we're like magnitudes of power stronger than both of these ships. This battle is like, we are basically invulnerable in this battle. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and lower my shields all the way and go to full weapons just to try to resolve this as quickly as possible. We do have a few special abilities that we'll look at later on, but for now, so here's our ship. Right now we're in the movement planning phase. So I'm going to go ahead and tell my ship to sort of turn around and fly towards the enemy. And then after I've locked that in, then I can tweak my weapons. So I've got 3 weapons currently equipped: a minigun, an energy blaster, and a gravity lance. Now, they each have something that they're somewhat better against. And if I mouse over these ships, on the pop-up there at the bottom, it'll say that my best DPS currently is the energy blaster. And that's because these both have shields, and the energy blaster is particularly good against shields. So we'll go and toggle that on and try to close in. We do have extended range because we've increased our power to our weapons, which we can see if we tweak here. If we want to, we could also put more energy in our engines to catch up to them, which might be something we have to do. Now, there's 2 ways for us to resolve this combat. One is to destroy both flagships. Alternatively, we can dock with the survey platform. Depending on how our combat against this stupid Velociter goes, then we might have to go with that plan. But for now, we'll just fly towards this Model X and try to finish it off. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no actual collisions, but there might be, I don't know. Right now, even though we've got minimal power to our shields, we're easily going to win this fight. Our tech advantage is huge. The thing is, the other races will quickly tech up to catch up as well. Okay, let's keep in a little bit more. There's shield's fallen. So now if I mouse over, it should tell me that our best weapon is the Giga Cannon, which is a special ability. I'm going to save it to actually try to kill this guy with it. Instead, I'm going to use the second best, which is going to be the Gravity Lance. So yeah, we'll just stay close. We'll end up maybe around here. Switch to the Gravity Lance. And so far, we've been on the auto-fire mode, where the AI will automatically pick a suitable target for your weapon. I'm going to go into the fire selected ships mode and just ensure that we're specifically targeting this ship here with our Gravity Lance, just to try to finish it off. Apparently we need a little bit more effort. There we go. And then when that target goes away, it indeed tries to kill other things. You'll notice after we destroyed the ship, we were able to pick up some of the jettisoned pilots. So there's, you know, it ties into some mechanics later on in terms of like making peace and gaining influence and whatnot. Alright, so now we've got to blow up this guy. We'll use our energy blaster again, and what I'm going to do, I guess I'll keep my energy configuration the way it is now. I'm going to try to get in front of it. This guy's very fast, and he proved to be very difficult for us to catch. Let's see what we can do. Oh, and you can go back into auto-fire mode at this point. That's fine. Oh, I'm using the minigun. That was the wrong button. So again, let's pull up our power. We're just going to try to get ahead of it. Energy blaster. And you know what? Focus fire in this guy. Don't waste weapons anywhere else. Yeah, see, he's too fast and he turns too fast. We're actually not going to be able to finish him off that way. It's possible we'll be able to bait him in, though. We're going to turn around. We're going to go for plan B of our victory condition, which is the dock with the survey platform. So we're just going to head that way. He can choose to engage us or not, as he desires. These things are best engaged with what? Miniguns? No, still energy blasters? Okay. We'll just fly through you guys. Oh, we actually took a lot of damage there by going through people. Apparently you do take melee damage. So let's do that. I'm actually going to kill my engine some. And direct it more to shields to try to get them to regenerate a little bit faster. It'd be a shame if we lost our first battle. We're going to go ahead and just dock over here. We've got to stay docked for a certain amount of time. So I'm just going to hit Q to stay in place. We need 12 seconds of docking time. And again, it's a semi-real-time thing. So I'm just going to dock. Kill my engines. Increase my weapon range a little maybe. Keep my shields up. And do that. Good. This guy will have to take the hits. Do that. What, I'm not shooting? That's weird. Let's hit him with a Giga Cannon, actually. Cancel this. So this is one of our special abilities. Every time you use a special ability, it always does an EMP pulse that destroys all incoming projectiles, and then does something else. The Giga Cannon is a point-blank fire-and-forget thing, which probably won't hit this guy because he's so dodgy, but we're going to give it a try. Did it? No. It did hit him. But he's still got lots of shields. But if he keeps buzzing around like that, we might be able to actually kill him, which would be my preference. Fire at selected ship. We got his shields down. Now, if we could hit him with a Giga Cannon, that would be ideal. Okay, and it will auto-target that. Here, we'll give it a try. Boom! We baited him. We baited him in with the promise of peace. We're like, no, we're going to do this peacefully. We're going to dock with your survey platform and share some information. Psych! Now we kill you. Alright, so this is the outcome of the battle. So the Acutians lost 1 flotilla, 1 armada, took 19 turns. We used our Giga Cannon twice. We took some amount of damage, but we auto-repair at the end of combat. And so we gained 800 credits from destroying enemy ships. We lost influence with the Acutians, but that's okay, because they hated us already. It doesn't matter. We also rescued a few pilots from escape pods. And now we are on the strategic map mode, which is this solar system over here. And there are a variety of different planets with a bunch of different races. Currently we're on the Pilatus planet, which is the Acutian homeworld, who again hate us very much. If we check our computer advisor here, we'll see that we've got top three suggested allies based on the quality of their planets and how strong they're going to be. It looks like the Burles may be in the #1 spot over here in terms of high quality planets. Let's go and see if we can find their homeworld, which is over here, Amun. So I can click here. I'll go over there. Time passed a little bit. It's currently paused, but when I traveled, time did pass. We do have a couple of quests. Burles Military is a secret proposal to gain space-faring tech, which is already planning to do, because that's the #1 thing. Right now, if I mouse over these planets, it will tell me that the Burlests are not yet space-faring. They have not reached the stars, and they would really like the ability to do that. So right now, our influence with them is -13. It's neutral and slightly on the bad side. But if we gave them spacefaring tech, they would like us very much. And I think we might get an even bigger bonus if we go ahead with the actual quest here. This race, yeah. If we do this, we get influence of the Burles, and if all enemy flagships are killed, we gain a hydral tech, which is really nice. Burles will become spacefaring. No, we're totally going to do this. So, in this scenario, we have to get... Oh, it's not a drop zone one. Well, that's very interesting. Because normally you just have to get to a drop zone, deliver the tech, and then you win. But this is a very different kind of scenario. So kill at least 1 flagship. I have 0 killed so far. 2 potential are left. So the flagships that I have to kill are down here. These are my Acutians and Hydrals. Why is it flagged as enemy, even though it's one of mine? I don't know. We'll just avoid it. We'll go over here and kill the flagships. They're both Model X flagships, which means nice and slow and easy to kill. So yeah, let's head over there. We're going to make sure that we're on energy blaster mode, auto fire at whatever. Yeah, we are going to shoot these things. How bizarre. Let's swing over this way, and we're going to go and fire at this ship specifically, just to try to focus fire. Go back to auto fire because we might not be able to stay in range. Although it will automatically switch targets if you fall out of range somehow. There we go. Easy pickings. Oh, taking some amount of damage there by flying into their stuff. Again, this is an easy battle. I'm not being particularly tactical about it because I don't feel the need, because it does seem to be pretty simple. But battles do very quickly ramp up, and if you die, it's game over. There's nothing else unless you've got an old save. You know, it's got that sort of semi, you know, permadeath roguelike-y kind of thing, even though, like, it's not really roguelike. Let's bleed off a little bit more from our engine, boost our shields just to try to get them to regenerate a little bit faster. Oh, I should have switched weapon types, actually. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's kill him with a Giga Cannon. Well, almost kill him with the Giga Cannon. Turn this way. Go to the Gravity Lance. There we go. Finish him off. Good work. So now we're going to swing back around. Let me bleed a little bit off the shield, increase our engine speed. Come over here. We're going to switch back to the energy blasters and try to close in on this fellow. Good set of shield damage there. Shields are down. Switch to the Gravity Lance. Finish him. Alright, almost. Boom! Combat is done, so we should have gotten some free tech out of that, which is great, and completed the quest overall.
Warlords are now spacefaring.
There you go.
Extreme caution is advised. They seem likely to take their constant internal wars to the solar stage.
So yeah, the race is now spacefaring. We should have gotten some tech. So this took 16 turns in combat, which had a relative time. Where am I looking? Do I not have that listed here? Because normally it tells you, oh, 8 seconds of relative time. It took 0.38 solar months in combat here. So the other races, while you're doing stuff, completing quests, doing battles, the other races keep going forward. You know, how much could they do in, you know, about a half of a month? Well, not that much, but they're slowly moving forward. So the Acutians hate me a little bit more. The Evox, the problem is there were 2 quests, so I had to ignore the Evox to do this, so they hate me a little bit now. But the Burlust like me a little bit more. They are spacefaring, which means they can start building more dangerous ships to challenge me as well, so I've got to make sure to keep them very close. Where do I check my inventory? Right over here. So I've got some pilots. I can do a prisoner exchange for credits. I can return them for free for influence. Or if you're a bad person, you can sell them into slavery on the black market for lots of credits, but a worsening reputation. So I've got that. I've got science boost tech, bomb shelter tech, nanometallurgy tech. Now I can give these techs to people as well. Do we have more quests? Those are the ones that went away. I ignored that one. So the Burlusts have become spacefaring. So while I'm here, I can suck up to these guys a little bit more. So these Burlusts here, I can go into friendly acts. Hey, yeah, it's going to tell me about their Warlord sort of setup. These are all the friendly things we can do together. Now, these joint missions, I can ask them to help me to destroy a pirate base. I don't think it gives me any influence with them. However, I can also just give them some local aid, give them some money to boost their economy, which will increase my my influence over them over time, but will cost me some cash. So I don't think I'm going to do any of these things right now. I can also take a hostile action if you want. So it's explained there too. So I can attack their space forces. I can buy gossip, which I can use as blackmail bait against other people in their society, for example. But I don't have the money for it right now. Some spies. I can recruit informants. If you wish to run hostile raids or sabotage missions out of the local planet, you need to contact an underworld. So you can do all sorts of, like, you know, nasty, vile things. And each of the planets seem to have some sort of unique government system. Here, they have local warlords. So right now, Mufri is the prime warlord, and Nafput and Soldar the secondary ones. I can make deals with different people, but that can include challenging them. So if I go to Mufri over here, and I can challenge him to a duel. If I win, I will kill him. I will gain 3,000 leverage, not influence, but leverage, a different mechanic specific to these guys, with whoever replaces him, and a little bit of leverage with everyone else. And the Burlust in general will actually like me more, because I will prove to be an excellent fighter, and potentially gain a bonus here for dueling the Warlords, which seems like a good idea. Now, this will be a tougher fight, but I think I'm up to the game. We're going to go ahead and overthrow the Warlord. So he's got a much tougher ship. He's got 4 million points of shield and 1 million points of hull. If you compare it against me, I have 166,000 shields and 190,000 hull. So he is orders of magnitude more powerful than I am that way. But, on the other hand, not quite as smart, ideally. So I think I can actually, I'll bleed off a little bit of shields. I'll keep my engines and weapons up a little bit because mobility is going to be key over here. So we want to avoid his shots. I'm going to run parallel to him. I'm going to switch to the energy blaster and try to make sort of a raking broadside over here. And then I'm just going to try to maneuver around to avoid his armaments as much as possible. I might take one shot. Oh, he might have a different sort of firing pattern than I used to. No, so you see, he's sort of doing this like he's shooting directly at me in this spiral. So as long as I can sort of stay inside of this spiral, I should be able to dodge the worst of his attacks, but I can very easily be almost one-shot by his stuff if I'm not careful about things. So we're going to keep sort of picking him at this way, see if we can dodge that pink thing, whatever it is. There we go. And just keep maneuvering around as much as possible to avoid the worst of his attacks. Now, if I only take 1 or 2 hits of little things, he won't insta-kill me, but it's still kinda dangerous. Alright, just barely missed that. Oh! Okay, I got into his forward arc. He hit me so much, he burned through my entire shields in one shot from his beam. Because, yeah, he's got a firing arc over here, which I forgot about. That is really all kinds of bad. I gotta get out of that as quickly as possible, and I think just flying forward is the right way to do it. Hopefully he doesn't hit me a second time here. Okay, good. Stay out of that forward arc. Shields are gonna very slowly regenerate because I'm not putting a lot of power into it. Alright, got most of the way through his shields at this point. Let's wrap around a little bit more. Kind of a slow move here, but that's actually okay. Oh, might get hit by a pink thing. Nope! Dodged it. Such skill! Oh, got hit by that. Did 32,000 points of shield damage. Luckily, most of it has recharged at this point. Shields should fall from this volley. Yes, indeed. No, not quite. Alright, one more volley of this. And then we will switch to the minigun. Is suggested, so let's do that. And try to plow through his hull at this point. I'm surprised it's not suggesting the Giga Cannon. Although, I don't know if I'd want to sacrifice the mobility of the Giga Cannon. The problem is all the super moves, all of them require that I don't do a movement. It replaces your attack and your regular movement. So I would be standing still into whatever attack pattern he decided to come up with here, which could be very dangerous. Nearly done. He might die this round, actually. Nope. Boom. There you go. So I've defeated the Warlord of the Burlests, therefore gaining... oh, look at that. I'm idolized with them. I've just gained so much of their respect. So that took 0.8 solar months to resolve that combat. But because of relative time, I guess they're doing kind of a time travel thing.
They're soft and weak. However, they have a penchant for blowing things up from orbit. They may be easy allies to win over.
I hope you guys can hear the voice acting, because it's actually kind of funny. So yeah, they have become... Oh, someone became spacefaring without me? Is that what it said? I think I missed that. Where's the log? Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, well, that's controlled by the Acutians. So the Acutians are spacefaring. Certainly a little bit worrisome since they're the ones that are going to hate me. There's that black market. We can go and buy and sell some stuff there. Oh, the Peltians are spacefaring. They did it on their own. Now, there's also some economic stuff. Each one of these planets has 3... That's not the button I want. Each one of the planets has 3 different stats here on the main page. They've got an economic situation, a medical situation, an environmental situation, and public order situation. And for the Burlests, everything is bad. One of the 4 things will be trending at any time. It'll be trending up or it'll be trending down. In this case, environmental is trending down. So everything is kind of crappy on this planet. Now, there is a bit of an advantage to that, apparently, in that when things are bad, they're more likely to ask for help, which will improve your relations. On the other hand, if they're bad, they're a little bit weaker, and you don't want weak allies. And these guys are pretty good friends with me. Now, I don't have the tech, I believe, required to make the Federation. I think that's a technology I actually have to unlock, if I recall correctly. Again, I haven't played very in-depth into this game yet, but once you get that, so the idea is, right now I can't necessarily form it, but when I get the ability to start forming a Federation, then everyone who I've got positive influence with, I should be able to get them to join the Federation, then we'll go and kick the butt out of anyone who didn't join in. Ooh, older notifications. There you go. Yeah, Peltian developed it without me. And I currently don't have any quests going on, which is a shame. These, I believe, are pirate armadas. Yeah. I wonder if I can go and fight them. No, I think I have to start a mission with, say, these guys. Destroy pirate base, yeah. Or the convoy for loot, which is quite exciting. And let's go take a look at the black market. Negotiate with mercs. So we can buy some old hydral technology if we have enough money. Oh, they don't have any is the problem. I don't think they have any of anything. We can get some bribes. We can sell our prisoners as slaves. Which will piss off everyone except for the Burlusts and the Peltians, apparently. Fear of slave trader. Oh, I will gain influence with them because they are terrified of the fact that I slave trade, so they're going to want to be nice to me and work with me instead of becoming slaves, I guess. Sell resources. And then they have goons. Scientists, construction workers, and security, which we can hire to help improve, say, our technology. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'll get a 3-pack of scientists so they can start developing some technology for me. So there's so much in this game. I've barely scratched the surface. This is a very early impressions of the game, just because it just went live. I would like to play some more of this and to get a better sense of how everything works. You know, total like racial power of different things. Customize our flagships, right? So we can tweak what weapons are equipped everywhere. Like we have a mass driver weapon, but it's not currently equipped. So we could replace the minigun with a mass driver. It's bad against shield, although that's okay because the minigun's good against light crafts. I guess we could replace the gravity lance with the mass driver, for example. That might be a fun way to do things. And then, yeah, all of our special abilities that we can twiddle on and off, and you can unlock tons and tons of these special abilities as the game goes on, and really fine-tune your equipment. So, anyway, I hope you like this very brief, I know a very, very superficial look at the last Federation, and I am hoping that I'll find some time to put in, like, a good, 8 or 10 hours of gameplay on this and actually figure out how it's supposed to work and make a follow-up video. We'll see if we've got time to do that. Anyway, see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.